Understanding your mindset around money, your money mindset is critical. In today's episode, we're going to dive in to some strategies to understand what are some of the limitations that you may have learned along the way and how you can overcome some of those. We're going to get into some limiting beliefs and more. I think you guys are going to love it. So let's get right to it. This is the Investor Mindset Podcast. Let me ask you something. Are you hitting success yet you know that there's another level? Or perhaps you're just getting started. You're trying to put all these pieces together, get your first deal, but something's holding you back. Or maybe you're going through a big change in your career and your life, but for some reason you just can't take the steps you need to know in order to move forward. Well, I've been having a lot of really incredible conversations with people who are in the exact same position as you are, and they've been able to make massive change happen very quickly. Whether that's doubling your income within just a few months, whether that's making some kind of big shift in your life and really unlocking that vision, or perhaps it's just getting clear on what that vision needs to be so that you can really take those steps. Of course, you guys know me, host of the Investor Mindset here, Stephen Pesavento, and high performance coach. I've been working with clients for years, seeing and helping them see major results. And I'd love to set up a call to discover if it's possible to be able to help you with some of those same things. If you are in a position where you want more and you're committed to taking some steps to get there, then I encourage you to head over to investormindset.com/discover and let me know a little bit more information about you. Set up a call and we'll jump on and we'll walk through a discovery process. Totally complimentary. You'll walk away with a lot of clarity. And if there's some way that I can help serve you, I'll let you know that too. So you can just head over to investormindset.com/discover. And I look forward to seeing you there. What events or influences from your childhood shaped who you are today?
Oh my gosh. Well, certainly I think our families, right? We learn from the people who raise us. And a lot of the reason I got into mindset mastery because my family didn't have the richest, most abundant mindset. But I would say for most of us, it's the dynamics around us that really mold our mindset.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, what specifically was that moment that you realized like, okay, the way that I grew up thinking is not really serving the life I want to live today?
Because when we're little, and I talk a lot about how the mindset gets set, right? From 0 to 8 years old, 80% of our mindset get conditioned. So if we hear things like, we don't have the money, or, we can't afford that, or things like that, which I heard, I'm the fifth of 6 kids. So I heard a lot of things like that growing up. And then our mind, just like a computer, adopts those belief systems, right? We don't have the money, we can't afford it, all that stuff I heard thousands of times over many, many, many years. Things like money doesn't grow on trees. And not every family has that programming. But in all the years I've been doing this, I would say probably 80 to 90% of families are taught you have to work hard for money, those types of things. So for me, it was when I got into my adult life and I started thinking and feeling the same things. And I was working really hard and not accomplishing really what I wanted to accomplish. And I was emotionally bankrupt and physically exhausted. And I started studying mindset. So I started learning how to flip that switch internally. And then the external world began to follow my belief systems. But, it takes time. It's a learning, right? So that's why we go to school and we master things, is because it took time to make those changes. So I'm going to give you my simple formula, and your audience, I think people really love this. I like to keep my models super simple because we hear things like that, like, oh, change your thoughts, change your life. Well, if somebody's struggling with something and it's been hardwired into the way they think and feel, right? We don't often address the emotions either. It's very hard for someone to just think positive and just do affirmations and go become a millionaire. Okay. So it's a little bit like the lack of knowledge we've really been given. So here's what I like to teach people: the simplicity of mindset. If you think of a circle, a full circle, and you pie out about 5 to 10% of that circle, only 5 to 10% of our mind is our logical mind. according to research and all the brain neurologists and scientists out there. The other 90% of our mind is our subconscious, Stephen. So what happens is the subconscious is kind of like the hard drive to a computer. We get downloaded with a bunch of data, just like a computer gets full, right? The storage gets full. That's exactly what happens to somebody's subconscious. And then as they get older, our thoughts, we think internally at up to 500 words a minute. Our thoughts come from our core beliefs. So you're absolutely right. It's the belief, the thought, the action, reaction, and then the result. But most people are focused on the result or take massive action. Well, if you're going to take massive action and you've got to make calls or you got to prospect or whatever you're doing, but you don't believe it's going to work, I don't care what action you take. So when I help people understand that the subconscious mind is 1,000,000 times more effective as an information processor than their conscious logical mind is, they go, "You're kidding." And I'm like, no, that's where the work needs to get done, is in the subconscious mind. So there's a methodology to that, right? There's a process I've created over the years. I always say I have the recipe to change because I know how the mindset works and I know how to help people get new results, which most people are only dealing with that 5 to 10% logical part of the mind, if that makes sense.
Oh, thank you for joining for another incredible episode of the Investor Mindset. It's such a joy to be able to share these beliefs, these thoughts, these ways of living with each and every one of you guys, because I just know the power that it can make. And for some of you, for the select few of those people who are truly committed to going after their goals, the people who really believe that there's another level from where they're operating right now, the people who are ready to make change happen rapidly. And even if you're somebody who is stuck, who knows what you need to do, you know exactly the strategy, but for some reason you're not doing it. For those people, there's another option. There's another level that you can reach. And what I've noticed after coaching tons and tons of people through this process is that there's a simple formula. And when you can start to understand how to unlock those pieces within yourself, you'll start to feel more vibrant. You'll start to feel more energized. You'll start to make more money and you'll start to enjoy the process through and through. So if you're somebody who's in a position, you're ready to make change happen, you're ready to invest in yourself, you really believe that the best investment, the truest ROI is investing in yourself because it continues to give back over and over again, then I invite you to schedule a call, share a little bit about yourself, and see how we might be able to help serve you with the Investor Mindset coaching. You can head right over to investormindset.com/discovery, set up a call, and if there's an opportunity to serve, I'll be right there with you. Thank you for listening to the Investor Mindset Podcast. If you like what you heard, make sure to rate, review, subscribe, and share with a friend. Head over to theinvestormindset.com to join the Insider Club, where we share tools and strategies from the top investors and entrepreneurs on how to take it to the next level.